tonight, sorry, I'm used to doing these in the morning. Tonight, we are doing a left and right circuit. So in this circuit, there's 5 movements, and they all kind of string together. And you're going to do all of those movements with the weight in your right hand. And then once you get to the end, you can either go from the bottom up, because the weight will already be in that spot. You'll see what I mean in a second. Or start over again if it's easier for you, and just work your way through with the weight in your left hand. Okay, so here's what it looks like. I'm in a different part of the basement this morning, or tonight, so I'm trying to figure out where I need to be. Okay, so it starts with a get up, right? So you're lying on the ground. Let's say weight in your left hand. All right, if your weight is in your left hand, you've got your left knee up. So from here, you're gonna roll to your elbow, push the weight up to the ceiling, bring your knee under you, and stand up, okay? So you're gonna do 1.5 get-ups, okay? So that was up and down is 1. Go back down to the floor. And then we get up again. Okay, so that's 1.5, right? Then you're holding the weight up there. You're gonna do 6 presses. So we press the weight up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With the exception of the get up, everything is times 6. All right, so the math should be pretty easy to remember. Okay, so then you're bringing it down here. Then you're gonna do a lateral lunge. So you'll hold the weight right up here, like you just brought it down from a shoulder press. And we do a lateral lunge. We step out to the side, step out to the side 6 times. On that last one, you step out, let the weight come down, and you row. So your feet are wide here. You're just pulling your elbow up to the ceiling. Right? That's times 6 as well. Last one, the weight's already down there. You're just going to do an SLDL. So you're just hinging at your hips, tipping over, okay, using your cheek and down the back of your leg to do the movement. Right? And what I'll do is, since I'm already doing SLDLs, to come back up, I'll just switch hands. So you switch hands, you go SLDL with it in your right hand, times 6. Then you move your feet wide and do the row, times 6. You bring the weight up and do the lunge, times 6. And then a press, times 6. And then you'll go down to your knee. Yeah, so down to your knee. And there, then you'll get up and down one more time. Okay. So it sounds like a lot, but it'll flow through once you get the hang of it.
I'm gonna grab a weight.
What's that? Yeah, you'll need a weight.
Yep.
You'll need a weight. And if you don't use the weight for everything, that's fine. Like for the get up, you don't need to use a weight. You'll need a weight for the press. Lateral lunge, you don't necessarily need a weight. Wide row, you do. And SLDL, you really don't need a weight. Okay, you can just do that movement. Just depending on how you're feeling. Okay. So, all right, Dory, I'm muting you.
My dogs, yay!
Your dog made it on the recording.
Instead of the get up.
What's that?
What can we do instead of the get up?
Um,
And I can sub in PT stuff, but if you have something.
I can't think of anything that makes sense right now and like flows into the next thing.
Okay.
But I would think the press is out for you too, right?
No, I can usually do them.
Okay. It probably depends on the weight.
Yeah.
And if you can't do them today, if today's a day where you can't, do a floor slide or something. Can you get up to hand?
Yeah, I can do that.
How about, since this is your second workout of the day, do a get up to hand, and then instead of the shoulder press, you're going to just do floor slides.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So what I did not mention is we have 3 minutes to do those things. So you get up, press, lunge, row, SLDL, SLDL, row, lunge, press, get up, all of that in 3 minutes, and then we take 1 minute rest. So if you get done early, you got extra rest time. Okay. The first one might be a bit of a tryout, and then we'll get going on the second round, and we have 5 rounds of these for a total of 20 minutes, including the rest time, okay? All right, I've done enough explaining. Hopefully you guys are rolling out while I'm talking. Rick, did you get a chance to roll out?
I'm good.
Okay, we got to roll thighs in front of your legs especially. I'm going to grab my weight so we're ready to go. I've accidentally on purpose left I have 3 kettlebells. I've accidentally on purpose left the lightest one in my car for the last week. So it's a good way to force myself to use the heavier weight. I'm actually pretty sore, but it can be hard when you're bumping a weight up.
Yeah, I bought a 5 to 40 interchangeable.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so the key here is the limiting factor is going to be the press, most likely. And if holding the weight off the dumbbell off the side of your shoulder like this is uncomfortable for the lunges, just hold it like a goblet hold. No big deal there. Okay. Time to warm up. Now that we're 15 minutes into this thing. Let's lie your back. Show the bottom of your feet up towards the ceiling. You're going to relax your head. From here, if you're able to hold this position, no problem, then we're just going to drop a heel and alternate. Okay? If it's a struggle to keep your legs up and you find yourself like out here and working really hard to try to keep your legs up, just go ahead and grab it and we'll just drop one heel. So here we go. You're alternating, keep going. If you're holding one leg, go ahead and switch. We're giving yourself a hamstring stretch on one side and warming up your hip flexor on the other. Good, let's cross an ankle over your knee. And then the leg that is not crossed over, you're gonna reach back and grab the back of that leg. So your leg that's crossed over, you shouldn't be holding it at all. You should be holding it every leg. Relax your head and bring it in towards you. And we just hold that stretch. You can straighten that leg and actually get another hamstring stretch out of it. You straighten the leg that you're holding on to. All right, let's go ahead and switch sides. Cross that ankle over your knee. Pull in. If you're not getting a stretch, check in, make sure your ankle is on your knee or on your thigh. Sometimes if you cross your legs too much, then you don't get enough rotation for the stretch. Again, you can straighten that leg that you're holding. Call this a figure 4 stretch, because if you look at your legs, it looks like an upside down number 4. And good. All right, let's roll over on your side. Right side plank from your knees. And you can lift your top leg off if needed, or if you want. Just sort of depends on what kind of intensity you want. All right, so this would be easier than this. It depends on what you're looking for right now. Just holding this warm up. All right, just to wrap up, we're going to push up towards the ceiling 5 times. So we push your bottom leg into the floor, so it lifts your hips up. Lift the hips up, lift your hips up. And we're doing 5. And relax. Let's go to the other side. If this bugs your shoulder, you can try straight arm. If that's not working, stand up and do a suitcase hold. So you can stand up and hold your weight. When you hold the weight on one side, the other side has to work really similar to what a side plank does. That can be a substitute for this. A shoulder-friendly substitute. All right, let's finish up by pushing up to the ceiling 5 times. Remember, you're pushing that bottom leg into the floor. It's not just lifting your top leg. And relax. Let's go over to all 4s. From here, you're gonna reach one hand under your armpit. So between your hand, arm and your leg, so you reach and slide that shoulder along the floor, or slide that hand along the floor. Then we're gonna reach up and try to reach for the ceiling. So big rotation in your shoulders here. You can sit back towards your heels if that helps you. Big rotation, your upper back. You reach under, close your shoulders all the way down. And let's switch. You reach under, palm faces up. We open. And good. From there, let's go ahead and stand. We're gonna do a lateral lunge with a step over. So we step out to the side, and then we turn your toe in. All right, so if you're gonna look at my feet, you step out, and then we turn in. We're kind of standing on this leg, and when it rotates in, you should feel a stretch in that hip. So we step out, work that leg, rotate in, stretch in your stationary hip. So we just step out to the side, turn it in. Think about making the letter T with your feet. And let's do the other side. Step out. So again, when you turn in, you're not really going to have any weight on the leg that's been stepping. All your weight's going to be on your stationary leg. And good to go. Okay, 10 bodyweight squats just to finish up. So think about spreading that floor apart. Squatting down, weight in your spread nice and even over your feet. Toes can be pointing out just a little bit. So find a spot where you're comfortable, but it shouldn't be any more than 45 degrees. In fact, that's even pushing it. So just pushing those hips back like you're sitting on the couch. And then you remember that you forgot something in the fridge and you have to stand right back up. As soon as your butt touches the couch, you gotta stand right back up. Okie dokie. All right, so we're ready to go. I will talk us through the first round here. Better lighting here. I'll talk us through the first round. The get-ups. Dave, you might be kind of left out a little bit. Deb, I hate to put that on you, but you might have to talk him through it a little. Have you done get-ups before? Okay. So, and then we'll work from there. Rick, are you good with those?
Yeah.
Okay. And Dora's going to modify. Okay, perfect. All right.
Yeah, I'll watch you a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, I'll talk us through the first round. We've got 3 minutes. I'm going to be able to watch the time, but you guys won't, just because of where everything's plugged in right now. So I'll keep us on track with time and all of that. All right, so everybody got their weight ready to go? All right, so we're gonna start on in 10 seconds. We'll start off on your back, holding that weight up towards the ceiling. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So whatever hand has the weight, that leg is bent. Bring your knee up under you, and we stand, and right back down. It helps to keep your eye on the kettlebell here, or on your weight. The more you can see it, the better balance you're gonna have with it. Okay, so we went up and down. Now we press. I'm gonna have to move this here, sorry. So at the end of that last one, you're gonna press it up 6 times. After the last press, you bring it down to your shoulder and we lunge. So with this one, you step away from the weight. And then we take it down feet wide, rowing, so your chest face the floor. And then an SLDL, whatever side you're holding the weight on, that leg's gonna go back. Okay, we are at a minute 35. There was a lot of talking in that first group there, first round. So I think we'll be okay in 3 minutes. I'm just doing the SLDL on the other side. Then feet go wide for the row. After that last row, we bring the weight up and step away, lateral lunge. Okay, it's all ready for the press. And after the last press, you're gonna keep, if it's in your left hand, you keep your left leg forward, step back, and it goes to the floor. Remember, you can also ditch the weight at any time for these. Okay. 2, 1, and that's the 3-minute mark. Okay, so we take a minute to rest. That was round 1. Any questions or anything to clarify as we rest? Or is that like a total mess?
That was okay. It helped.
Seems like when you get a hold of something, we're on to the next thing, right?
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah, one thing that would help me is if you, I don't know, if you make these routines up in advance,
yeah,
just give us a few minutes, heads up, whether we're going to need a band or a weight or
the study. Yeah,
body.
yeah, we do that. We did that for a long time, but then it was like, all you need for them is a weight.
Okay. All right.
10 seconds left to rest. We're starting off on the floor with the get up. Try to start with the hand that you ended with. All right, ready? And here we go. So get up 1.5 times. And a press. A lateral lunge, step away from the weight. And the last lunge, drop it down to your side. And then we just keep it down low for an SLDL. Okay, switching hands, 6 SLDL on the other side. Okay, we're just to halfway.
Gotcha. Okay.
Feet go wide. The a minute and 15 seconds left. After that last row, step out to the side.
Yeah, thanks.
And a press. On the last press, you keep it up. Step back with the opposite leg. We got 30 seconds left, guys. So you can take your time with it. "15 seconds left. "5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. We've got a minute to rest. That's round 2 out of 5. How's it going? Any changes need to be made? Anything, any modifications? You feel better with that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just takes a second. Well, what kind of helps is knowing that one movement kind of walks into the next one, with the exception of the, having to bring the weight back up for the second lateral squat. 20 seconds left to rest. All right, 10 seconds left. Try to go right back to the hand that you ended with. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and here we go.
You have to bring your head like all the way back, Dave. Kneel back. Okay, now.
Foot press is next. Go away from the weight, lateral squat or lateral lunge. Wide stance row. We're 1 minute in, guys. Finishing up the right hand with SLDL. Switching sides. We're at a minute and a half right now. Got a minute and a half to finish up. We're already past halfway in the circuit here. After the row, we bring it up for the lateral lunge. Press. "40 seconds left.
Put your right foot back on your knee. Put your hand down. Stick your foot out.
2, 1, and rest. So Dave, how is your overhead mobility? I haven't seen you in the gym.
Oh, good.
Okay, holding overhead is okay?
Yeah, no problem at all.
Okay.
He has bad knees and hamstring.
No, no.
So any issues with these?
No, no issue with those though, no.
Okay.
Yeah, thankfully I've done a few in the gym along the way, which helps.
Yep. 30 seconds left to rest. Yeah, I knew you'd pick it back up, but
Yeah.
there's a
Yeah,
lot.
I'll be back in as soon as I can. I just got to give, I have some space right now.
Like stuff.
Okay. 10 seconds left to rest somehow. That seemed like a really fast minute. Okay, get ups in 5, 2, 1, and here we go.
I guess I'm back.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Switch hands.
Yeah, let's switch hands. I forgot to switch hands. No.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
From the press, we go to the lunge. Step away from the weight. Row is after the lunge. SLDL is after the row. Okay, suicides after 6.
hinge at your waist. You have to stand back up. Go down.
Yeah, you can vary the range of motion here.
Yeah.
So if your hand only goes to your knee, that's totally fine, as long as it's all hip. Shouldn't feel that in your low back. Minute 15 to go. After 6 presses, leave it up there. Step back.
Okay, go all the way back on your back, dude.
Oh.
Lift your hand up.
That's right.
Go up.
20 seconds left.
Hip up. Put your straight leg all the way back to your knee. You gotta step on your knee. Then go back down.
10 seconds. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and rest for a minute. Okay, last round coming up.
So why is that called a Turkish get up? Any idea, Brian?
We're gonna
No
second.
I could Google it. I just,
About, I don't know, must have been,
Lift your leg up.
must have been 4 years ago we had an actual like
Are you watching?
Yes.
Well, you're not.
from Turkey.
I'm not wasn't doing that.
Stand up like this.
He's like, I have no idea. I've never heard of it. I don't know why they call it that.
Back. Forward.
History.
And then back.
But, yeah, sorry, Deb. I forgot we'd have potentially new people on tonight.
It's okay.
So I'll keep it, we'll keep it a little more simple. going forward. 15 seconds to rest. Last round coming up.
We're on our left hand now.
Okay, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and away we go. Last round. Form first.
Put your foot all the way back onto your knee and then stand up. Go. And then your right leg goes back to your knee. Hand down. Kick your foot out. And then back all the way.
Presses are next. I sort of had to turn my presses into a push press. My weight's too heavy. So on this hip hinge,
If it's a hinge, the
think
hip,
about pushing your hips back,
they just go from, it's like those
Yeah.
birds.
just up and out, shoulder blades together. The only reason the weight goes down is if you're lifting your left leg up and tipping your hips.
That's great.
Yeah.
Watch me.
Yeah.
Just hinge at your hip.
Okay. Yeah.
Your whole body goes together.
Yeah. Like that.
Minute 15. Ten seconds left.
That's good.
Okay.
2, 1,
Right straight from
relax.
That's
all the way
come
down.
Yeah.
All the way down.
Well,
Stay the whole time.
Yeah, stay there. Yeah, I left it. I put it down.
take a little time on the floor just to get your breath back. Yeah, so we'll try to simplify things a little bit. These Zoom circuits, they're super convenient. You can be really consistent with them. One recommendation I have is if you can, make a space in your home that is for fitness, for you to do these circuits. I think for the most part, I see the same area of people's homes for these circuits, which is good. And when you have a time, you have a place that you're going for the workout. And so that's ideal. That's ideal world. In a perfect situation, you can do that. But sometimes you got to share space. But so that was probably a little more complex than they're going to be for the rest of the month here. But yeah, we'll make sure they're approachable. It is a little bit tough to coach. It's tough to see because well, a lot of reasons. So a lot of times people disappear off the camera and all that. So if you have any questions, just shout it out. If you're unsure about something, make sure you shout it out, and we'll try to problem solve on the fly. So, yeah, that's all we got for today. Any closing comments?
No, thanks for your time, Brian.
No problem.
Yeah, thanks, Brian.
Good for
And
me.
for your motivation speech for the little tournament. Got me all fired up. Got to hit at least 3 times a week.
It's like not quite Vince Lombardi level, but you know,
Hey.
doing the best I can.
Oh, yeah. No complaints.
So, okay, well, we're back at it tomorrow morning,
Take
9
care.
o'clock.
Hey, Brian, can you charge Dave's fee to my account or take it
Yeah.
off my credit card you have?
I can.
Yeah, it's the same card, so yeah.
I have to take a look and just see what, because you'll get the referral. I'll just have to see how it works out.
Okay. You don't, I don't need the referral reimbursement thing, so,
Okay, we'll see how it
Fine.
figures. We'll see how it figures out.
okay.
All right,
Take
Brian.
care.
bye to me.
See you soon.
Good to see you. Have a great weekend if I don't see you.
You too.